Thank you. Good afternoon. I was planning to do this in English. I tried for a moment, okay, let's do it in German, but we'll stick to English. My name is William. I'm co-founder of Oxari, and today I want to talk about ESG data. And we all face ESG data nowadays, from Richard working at a bank, where he is an ESG manager, to Maria, who's working at a sustainability consulting firm, and you as ESG and sustainability professionals. But when we're talking about ESG data, we all face the same challenges. Data is incomplete, outdated, inconsistent, and rather expensive. That's why today I want to talk about the broken promise of ESG, data-driven ESG analysis, and what Oxari we are doing to solve it by developing Athena. Remember Richard. He's working at the bank as an ESG analyst, like I said, and his job should be to analyze ESG data. While, is that really what he's doing? No. What he is doing is he is looking at a lot of data that doesn't make sense for him. It's data that he sees in a database, but provider A has a different data point than provider B. So what he does is he turns to the annual report of a company and he starts reading. And suddenly he finds out that it doesn't actually read like a comic book, and he has still 200 pages to go. Besides this manual data collection, there's also providers that charge you enormous subscription fees, and companies pay for that. And on the other hand, they also hire, for example, data scientists to structure their messy databases, which is not only time-consuming, but also very expensive. And that's why we at Oxari develop Athena, which is the AI platform. And like I said, the pain points are data, and this is the broken promise of data-driven ESG analysis. So what does Athena do? Athena consists of 3 building blocks: a database, our unique database, Athena AI, and Athena Custom. Our database consists of millions of data points sourced from annual reports, ESG statements, news outlets, and many more. As you can see, we both extract quantitative data on one side, which goes directly into our database, and you can access this data in, for example, the EU taxonomy or the SFDR format. On the other hand, we collect and summarize key ESG statements by companies. So in the end, you have a comprehensive catalog of both numbers and logic behind the numbers. But that's not all. Since for Richard and Maria, they need more. They want to dive deeper into the data, and probably you too. So while this is a great solution already, there is more. And that's Athena AI. And what you see on screen is an example of how it could look like. Because Athena AI is a chat interface where you can interact with our database, but also with the data behind our database. And that's why we're saying it's not basically a database, it's a knowledge base, since you can dive deep into the data in an interaction. So for example, what you see here on screen is, you see, okay, what are the carbon emissions of a company? But is that all you want to know? No, you want to know what the company is doing to reduce their emissions. So you can dive deeper into the strategies a company employs to reduce their emissions. You can dive into what they do to reduce the risk of child labor in their factories in Asia, or you can try to find out what they do to prevent drought in Africa. And on top of that, we have a suite of analytical tools, for example, to fill in missing data points. We do carbon forecasting, which is something we've been doing for quite some time now, and we are really good at it. And you can also do benchmarking, and that's where it gets interesting for an analyst, for example. And there's even more. So I can imagine you want to know something about specifically the automotive industry, because that's what you are as a consultant focus on. Or you want to run our application locally because you want to enrich our database with your own database. There's a solution there as well, since we believe one size doesn't fit all. And as I said, we have a prototype running here at our booth, stand 8 in the startup zone. But if you have any specific questions or specific wishes, come by and we'll give you an explanation of what we currently do, and we'll also match your needs to our solution. And well, to close, why would you pay for our solution? Because it saves you time and it saves you money. If you are an ESG analyst and you have to go manually through an annual report, it's going to take you, for example, 2 hours to create a strategy summary on their environmental impact policies. With our solution, it can be done in 1 minute. For example, manually collecting data. I'm going to finish this one sentence. Manually collecting data from an annual report. It could take you, for example, an hour. With our solution, we can already collect half of the SFDR format data in less than 2 minutes.
Thanks a lot, William.
Thank you.